Where's this paper from? This is just beautiful. This is a must. I like this one. That really looks three-dimensional. All right, let's keep going. This is good. My paper collection started actually about 7 years ago in Sydney. The right paper can make or break a piece. Oh, I like that one. This one's beautiful. I'm gonna start like a Dundee pile. And then, it's really grown into something. I now have big paper, printer drawers full of paper. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm like, ah! Within my latest body of work, I've really tried to push the typical idea of collage as an art form. Crocodiles actually do feel kind of leathery and rough like this. Not that I felt too many crocodiles. The biggest surprise people have when they see my work is realizing that it's made from paper. Oh, you're gonna have to stop me from going over the top here. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of jigsaw puzzles and spot the difference puzzles, trying to find hidden imagery in artwork, which was children's storybooks. I guess the way that I would describe my work, it is really a combination of multiple layers of imagery and papers. It's really trying to gather a lot of stories and messages in one piece. My father is a native Minnesotan and my sisters and I were all raised in Sydney, Australia. There was a decade there that I worked side by side with my parents and we ran a very successful training business. But the artist in me was very much crying to get out, and so I decided to leave that role to move to Minnesota and follow the dream, which was to become a full-time artist. This here is my latest studio find that I use for my large pieces of handmade papers. Sometimes I'll pick up a paper and it'll be in my drawer for, 6 years. I won't know when I'm gonna use it, and then a perfect project will come along and I will be like, yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna show you a few of my favorites though. In here we've got my reds and oranges, and this is one of my absolute favorites. This is a beautiful handmade paper from Japan. The reason I use papers, I found with paint, I could never really get the fine, beautiful lines that I wanted. And it was when I started working with papers, using a scalpel and a blade, I got these beautiful fine edges. I have almost an unlimited scope of what I can play with. Some more Indian papers, and then some more beautiful papers used in my foliage and trees. I think the biggest step in my development as an artist was actually really moving into the Lower Town Lofts Artist Cooperative and being around other artists that I could get feedback from. And actually that's how I moved into collage. I decided to do some studies that were all in paper. And I brought them into my studio and I brought in 2 of the ladies and I said, guys, what do you think? And they just looked at me and they said, you should be working in paper. You can do stuff with paper that I can't even dream of. At the moment, I am working on 2 pieces. I really decided to look at who are 2 standout characters that tell a bit of a story of Australia. Ned Kelly and the Crocodile Dundee. One talking about historical Australia and one talking about modern Australia. My series as well kind of developed very organically. For example, I had been working on my pin-up series, a subject matter I was very comfortable with, and I have a background in fashion and theatre design, so the costuming element was great. I was showing at a few different fairs and I had a lot of people coming up to me and saying, oh wow, this is beautiful, but have you done Marilyn, or have you done Audrey or Sophia? And so they were all of these fabulous women that they were hoping to see, and it really got me thinking, that's a whole nother area. So I went back and I decided to pick a Audrey Hepburn. And then I embed all of these other fabulous women that have done great stuff for girl power over the last century within that piece. And so that was really the beginning of this new style of work that I'm doing. I feel I'm creating something much more than the popular culture images. How I feel, I guess I'm really adding to the art world in my way is by weaving in this fabric of papers and also this fabric of hidden imagery. I could maybe use the two of these and then maybe use this. I think that could look pretty cool. I get this feeling sometimes when I'm driving, I've left the studio and I'm on my way somewhere and it's almost like a tingle all over. And I can't tell you, it's the most unbelievable happy feeling in the world to think that I took a chance. You know, it's scary sometimes. Actually, it is scary, not just sometimes, but it is scary to put that kind of faith in yourself, to be able to make it work and to be able to now write, when I go back to Australia on the customs card, I am an artist. That is my occupation, is a very, very cool thing. I pinch myself often, but I'm very happy.